Download this code and get free GPT-4o from codegive.com, link in the description below. Certainly. Below is a tutorial on how to create a simple web server in Python using the socket module, along with an example code. Writing a simple web server in Python using sockets. Overview. In this tutorial, we will create a basic web server that listens for HTTP requests from clients and responds with a simple HTML page. This server will be built using Python's built-in socket library. Prerequisites. Basic knowledge of Python. Python 3.x installed on your machine. Steps to create a simple web server. 1. Import the required modules. We will be using the socket module. 2. Create a socket object. This object will allow us to listen for incoming connections. 3. Bind the socket. We will bind it to a specific IP address and port. 4. Listen for connections. The server will wait for client requests. 5. Accept connections. When a client connects, we will accept the connection. 6. Handle HTTP requests. Read the request and send back an HTTP response. 7. Close the connection. After responding, we will close the connection. Code example. Here's a simple implementation of a web server. Explanation of the code. 1. Socket creation. We create a TCP socket using socket.socket, socket.af_inet, socket.sock_stream. 2. Binding the socket. We bind the socket to the local address, 127.0.0.1, and a port, example 8080. 3. Listening. The server starts listening for incoming connections using server_socket.listen, 1. 4. Accepting connections. When a client connects, we accept the connection with client_socket, client_address equals server_socket.accept. 5. Receiving requests. We read the incoming request data from the client using client_socket.reqv, 1024. 6. Sending a response. We create an HTTP response that includes headers and an HTML body and send it back to the client. 7. Closing the connection. Finally, we close the client's socket to free up resources. Running the server. 1. Save the code in a file named simple_web_server.py. 2. Run the script using Python. 3. Open a web browser and navigate to http://127.0.0.1:8080. You should see the message "Hello, World," along with some HTML content. Conclusion. You've created a basic web server using Python and sockets. This server can be extended to handle different types of requests, serve static files, or integrate with a web framework for more complex functionality. Feel free to experiment with the code, modify the HTML response, or add more features to your web server.